Oh, A.T.C. We sure to improve. We sure to improve A.T.C. So this is a great platform. By the way, my name is Mr. John Luke. I am a student at Karnataka College of Management and Science, affiliate to Bangalore University, which means I am a graduate to be. So, right away, I'll be the host of the day. Hosting the day, we'll be having 3 persons on this stage sharing the same stage with me. But the first presenter will be Mr. Crystal from DR Congo. He has done with his degree as well. So without forgetting the second presenter, he will be from Mali. His name is Mr. Ali Maika. And the last but not the least, the motivational speech by a wonderful lady from A.T.C platform. Her name, Miss Crystal. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know that you are safe because you are at ease and following us and watching our live streaming. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned and see you later.
A.T.C.
We shall improve.
A.T.C.
We shall improve.
If you really want to do something,
You will find a way.
You will find a way.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. I hope you're doing well. This is your brother Crystal. I am from DR Congo, and today I brought again something that I want to discuss with you. And the thing is the root of the relationship. I think all of us are in a relationship in one way or the other. But the question that I'm asking right now, this is your question, is my question. How are we maintaining? How are we doing in order to maintain our relationship? You know, meeting someone in your life, meeting a new friend, meeting a new classmate is something else. But taking that person to be part of your life is something else. So the question is that I'm asking you, how are you doing in order to maintain those people to be part of your life? Ask yourself a question since you were born, or we can go even so far 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you met people. Are those people still in your life? Are they still your friend? Are you still spending more time with them? This is a question that you need to ask. For the very first time, you were so excited to be in a relationship with them. So right now, are you still in a relationship with them? Your classmate, your friend, your parent, and what is even much ridiculous to see that somebody saying that I don't talk to my brother, I don't talk to my friend, I don't talk to my sister. But they are in a relationship. So I want to know what kind of relationship is this. Today I brought you two basic level of the relationship, or two basic roots that can help your relationship to stay. The two basic roots that I'm going to share with you, the first one is the communication. Why I'm talking about the communication? Because communication is the key point, and it is the very first step of the relationship. When you don't communicate each other, whether you have a problem, even though you have a problem, but you don't communicate to each other, then this is not a relationship. I came to realize that a relationship without having a talk, a relationship where you cannot share to each other, a relationship where you cannot communicate to each other, is just a slogan. It's not a relationship. When you have a problem just with your friend, with your husband, with your wife, with your relative one, feel free to communicate in order to find out what must be done. It's only through a communication. Do you communicate with people? Do you communicate with your parent? Do you communicate with your friend? Do you do that? It's the very first thing. A relationship without a communication is a dead relationship. So I want you to try to check again with all the people that you're spending time. Are you really having effective communication with them? Are you trying really to know what is going on in the life of your brother? What is going on in the life of your loving one? Do you do this? This is the very important thing that you can do in somebody's life. And the second point that I'm going to share with you is the language matter. What did I mean about the language? Most of the time, it's happened that we trying to solve any problem, but the language that we're using is not helping us to understand each other. Whenever you have a problem with your loving one, try to find out a language that you can understand, both of you. if you understand better English, if you speak very well English, then both of you, if you will be stable on that, speak English, go through it, but avoid using slangs, avoid using idioms, avoid using difficult words, while knowing that what you need is to find the solution of your problem. What you need is, you're not showing up that you know. No, it's the level that whenever you feel free. If you feel free speaking French in order to solve that problem, then go to French. If you feel like you have to speak in any kind of language that you will feel free to express yourself, then go through it. Don't use a language that you'll be stuck in some point in order to discuss your problem. So the last point that I'm going to share with you, but not the least, is the trust. I know that most of us will say that trusting somebody is so tough. I know, and I believe that. But I want to tell you one thing, that in a relationship without trusting each other, you won't move. You won't go so far. You won't do anything. Because whatever you do, I don't trust you. You don't trust me. So how can we have a talk? How can we do something where we reach a level that we don't trust each other? How can we continue in this kind of relationship? But there is something that I want to emphasize here, is that trusting somebody does not push you to test him, to put him into test. What did I mean putting somebody into test? You know that I trust my brother, I trust my sister, but I'm still having a doubt. And this doubt will bring you to test your brother, knowing that we are human beings. Things happen. And when things happen, most of the time we don't expect those things happen in our life. But those things happen suddenly. So when you put your brother, your sister into a test, and realizing that your brother now is down, who is the responsible of this? Is it your brother? Because if he fall down, is it you because you try to test him? Or who are we going to blame? This is what we have to know. You trust me, I trust you. Let us just be like that. But when it comes that you have to test me to know whether I love you or not, this is something else. You will end up that even having a separate relationship. Why? Because I will give you a very short story, or a short example of somebody trying. For example, I'm in a friendship with one guy, and realizing that I love guy, I trust this guy, and the way that I trust this guy, it pushed me to really test him if he really trusts me, or if he really loves me. And I'm trying now to take, for example, my wife or my husband or my girlfriend, give to that guy, say that try to test him whether he loves me. And realizing that now they are down, both of them. And now your wife is pregnant. What are you going to do? You test it in order to know whether she loves you. But now the problem is again so deep. Your wife is pregnant, and it wasn't his will. It wasn't a will, please. And now the one who is the responsible of that pregnancy is your friend. What are you going to do? Are you going to bring the friendship? Are you going to continue with your wife? Or what are you going to do? That's why I really beg you to know, whenever you're trying to trust somebody, don't cross the boundaries. Don't go beyond the limit that, okay, I trust him, but let me just test him. While testing him, you end up ending your relationship. Because when this such problem happen, I don't think that you will continue with this relationship. This relationship will be over. So I want you to apply. I know that it may not be new for you, but I want you to apply this basic root that can help your relationship to stay. I want you to know that people that you meet in your life is not for nothing. There is a reason. There is a reason that you're meeting those people, and don't let them go away without any reason. Whenever you have any problem, feel free to discuss. Whenever you have any kind of issue, I don't think that there is an issue that cannot have a solution. We can still find a solution. So I want you to stick on that, to stick on people that you really love, to people that you met for the first time. Go even in your phone, try to check how many people that you are in friendship but you don't talk with them. How many people that you pretend to say that you love them, but you don't really take time to comprehend them or to take time to think about them. This is your duty. And this is the homework that I'm giving you. Please try to visit every single week. You will realize that there are people that you love, but you don't talk to them. There are people that you really care about them, but you don't communicate to them. And this is not a relationship. So thank you so much. I think that this will help you. Thank you. By the way, I thank the A.T.C for giving me this opportunity to share my topic with all of you. My name is Risol from DR Congo. Thank you.
A.T.C.
We shall improve.
A.T.C.
We shall improve.
If you really want to do something,
You will find a way.
do not.
You will find a way.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. My name is Ali Bubakar Maiga. I am from Mali and I'm doing Bachelor of Computer Application in Karnataka College. I'm so glad to be in front of you today. So before starting, I just want you to pay attention to really be focused on what will really going to happen. Because today I've brought an important topic that I want to share with you. I just want you to be able to understand that topic easily. So if you're ready, let's get started. Do you know that from the Stone Age to the modern era, man has come from a long way in his pursuit of life, like of comforts of life. He forgot the threat of pollution and degradation of the environment caused by industrialization. Climate change, known as global warming, is not new, as this process occurs and happens naturally and keeps the earth temperature at around 10 degrees Celsius. Without this natural cover, the temperature in the earth will be very, very low, and it will be difficult to survive in those conditions. So my today's topic is about climate change. Climate change is one of the biggest crises facing humanity. The climate change means the change in the climatic activities in atmospheric level. I mean, climate change is the rise of temperature in the earth. There are a lot of causes and consequences of the rise of temperature. The change of climate that is attributed directly or indirectly to human activities, altering the composition of the global atmosphere. There are a lot of debates regarding climate change. Sometimes in the news they are talking about climate change, but some may take as jokes. But climate change is not a joke. Climate change is true. There are a lot of scientists during their research, they are saying the global warming is true. And regarding those facts, they are saying our climate is changing. So, which are the causes of those climate change? We do have a lot of causes. We will start by natural causes. There are two main natural causes which affect our climate. The first one is volcanic eruptions. There are a lot of volcanic eruptions, but it's happened only once in each 20 years. So with natural activities, we can do anything about that. There are a lot of changes in sun's energy and slow changes in Earth's orbit. There are a lot of changes, I mean, in the ocean activities. but we will be focused on the human activities. Human activities from pollution to overpopulation are driving up Earth's temperature and fundamentally changing the world around us. Since the Industrial Revolution, human activities are destroying our climate. There are a lot of greenhouse gases such as CO2. Since the industrialization, the CO2 in the atmosphere hasn't reached today's level in 400,000 years. Can you just imagine? In 400,000 years, the Earth's today's temperature hasn't reached this level. Due to industrialization, we are destroying our climate. By using our cars, we are producing more greenhouse gases, and we are destroying our ozone, so that our climate is changing. By doing deforestation, we are burning many fuels like dioxide of carbon, like chlorofluoroxide, like methane. Those greenhouse gases are producing a lot of smokes, and those smoke contain a lot of particles of ozone, produce the climate change. There are a lot of human activities which are producing the climate to change. We are pushing the climate to change. And finally, the global warming. After talking about causes, let's begin about consequences. There are a lot of consequences. I'll start by our weather. There will be a lot of change in our rain and our snow patterns. There will be a lot of stronger storms, and the sea level will increase because there will be less snow and ice, and those ices will melt. The Antarctica will melt, and it will increase the sea level, and it will be an overflow. Due to those overflow, we'll be facing some natural calamities such as flood, such as cyclone, such as the change in plants' life cycles, because it will be difficult for certain plants to survive in water. There are a lot of consequences. We have to just understand them so that it will be possible to bring those solutions. Please, I just want you today to understand the gravity of the situation that we are facing actually. Like I said, human activities are the major causes of the climate change. But we can apply some principles so that it will be easy to contain all those consequences. Let's talk about solution then. Is it possible to help people and nature adapt to a climate change? Is it possible to advance policies to fight climate change? Is it possible to combat deforestation? It is also possible to introduce automobiles with new fuel system which reduce 90% pollutions. Instead of buying normal cars, let's start using electrical cars so that it will be easy to survive in this life easily. Make others aware of the problem of climate change. Invest in new renewable energies such as solar and wind energies. By destroying our forests, it will be difficult for certain species to survive. And if they are not surviving, it will be difficult to have rain. If you are destroying our forests, it will be very difficult to have rains. And without rains, there will be no more agriculture. And without agriculture, there will be no more life. Because we will not find something to eat. So please be aware about those problems, and let's stand together and make this earth a better place to live. I just want to conclude by saying the world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. So please be understandable. Be conscious on what is really going on and what is really happened to our climate. Please, let's stand together as one and make this earth a better place to live. Thank you so much. That was my time.
A.T.C.
We shall improve.
A.T.C.
We shall improve.
If you really want to do something,
You will find a way.
you don't.
You will find
Good evening, everyone. My name is Krista. I'm from Congo, and today is a great privilege for me to be the motivator of the day. And today I have something great to share with us. We live in a world where some people were so much focused on their own interest. People were planning things for their tomorrows. People were planning things for the days to come. You could sleep and wake up and find things normal as you left it yesterday. And you thought that that could remain the same forever, for many years. But today we are finding ourselves in a new reality, a reality that is shaking the world. We have entered in a new season. Who could imagine that one day we all will find ourselves locked in our houses in order to be safe? Who could imagine that something terrible could happen? Something terrible could paralyze the earth, paralyze the nations. Families are paralyzed, enterprises are paralyzed, and today everything is closed. Schools are closed, universities are closed. We are finding ourselves in a new reality. Each and every person is at home now. We are locked in our home in order to avoid to be affected by the virus. We are looking at each other in a new way. We are suspecting each other to have the virus, the new reality. I was thinking that I was dreaming, and when I will be awake, things will change. But that's not what I was thinking. This is the reality that we are living right now. No one could imagine that this could have happened to the earth. Thousands of people are dying every day. People are being affected every day. And there are some people who are recovering. People were so much passionate. They are so much passionate to have money, to dominate. But today we are fighting against the same enemy at the same time. People wanted to dominate others. People wanted to have power. But today even those who have power, they don't have the power to stop the disease. They don't have the power to stop that coronavirus. There's a big lesson behind this. And one thing that you have to know is the disease is not afraid of the money that you have. It's not afraid of the beauty that you have. It's not afraid of your positions. It affects anybody. There is a big lesson behind this situation. There's a lesson that this situation is trying to help us to understand. And one lesson that I have to tell you is anything can happen at any time. Be humble. This lesson is for us, for we all. The one who wanted to dominate, the one who wanted to be superior than those people, than others. And the other lesson is we all under the sun, we are equal. That's why we all are fighting against the same enemy. That's why we all are fighting against the COVID-19. And everybody is receiving the same treatment. The poor as well as the rich. Everybody is receiving the same treatment. There's a big lesson behind this situation. And the other lesson is everything that we have under the sun is vanity. Nothing will remain forever in our lives. That's why it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you have. Be humble. Remain humble. Because those people who was thinking that they could dominate the world, they are dying. There's someone dying among them. There are people who are rich, but they are dying. And money is like paper. It can't help now. This is the new reality. We are finding ourselves in a new reality. Those who was thinking that they could travel all around the world, now airports are closed. Those who thought that they could buy whatever they want, now everything is closed. We are all at home. This is the big lesson that we have to understand in life. Life is a mystery. We have ups, we have downs, and we are finding ourselves in a new reality that no one could imagine. One thing that I want to tell you again is to reject fear. Because during this time, most of us, we are worrying about this situation, how it's gonna finish, when it's gonna finish. Don't worry too much about this situation. Because when you worry too much, it's like you're putting yourself in a bottle. And when you're putting yourself in a bottle, it's like you're closed. And when it's closed, you're finding yourself in a deadlock. And the problem is not the situation, but the problem is in your mind, your mindset. Because when you think that you can't make it, that will happen to you. But let me tell you that even though people are dying every day, there are some people also who are recovering. There are some people also who are being healed. And I'm telling you that this is not the end of everything. There is hope again. Instead of worrying too much about the situation, be just positive, remain positive, because everything is going to be alright. This is the time. This is a new season. It helps us also to think more about our life, the realities of life. That's why you should remain humble. We should remain humble no matter what you have, no matter who you are. Remain humble. Even if you are rich, remain humble. Because even money is like paper. People are dying every day. They are leaving their houses. They are leaving their money. Remain humble. And as we are finding ourselves in the night, let me tell you that the day is coming. And I know one thing, even if the night is long, the day will always come. And we all are hoping for the day to come. Because this situation is shaking the world. This situation is affecting families. This situation is affecting nations. The new reality. Stay positive, remain positive. Hope for the best to come. Don't worry too much about the situation, because you are hurting yourself. And even your worries cannot change anything. Instead of worrying too much, think positively and things will change. I would like to end by saying that we have many things to teach our children. The new reality. It doesn't matter who you are. it doesn't hurt anything. And one thing that we should all know, we all are equal. We all are equal. So it doesn't matter what you have. We all are equal. There's a big lesson behind this situation. And I hope for the best to come. Thank you so much.
A.T.C.
We shall improve.
A.T.C.
We shall improve.
If you really want to do something,
You will find a way.
you don't.
You will find
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know that this was the best of all the time. I mean, presentation, motivation. But without forgetting something, I need you to subscribe, click on that button, the red one, I mean. Yeah, that one, yeah. And put down your comments. Comment about this session that we had today. And my name again, Mr. Jean-Luc. So stay tuned, but stay safe as I will do the example, bro. So this is what you need to do, and you have some sanitizer at home. Stay safe. Thank you, and see you next Thursday.
A.T.C.
We shall improve.
A.T.C.
We shall improve.
If you really want to do something,
You will find a way.